Did you know one man killed over 500 Soviet soldiers in just 100 days? His name was Simo Häyhä, and he became known as the White Death. During Finland's Winter War in 1939, Häyhä used only iron sights on his rifle. No scope, no advanced equipment, just perfect aim in 40 below zero weather. He would bury himself in snow for hours, waiting. Soviet soldiers couldn't see him coming. They started calling him the Invisible Terror. Entire units refused to advance through his hunting grounds. The Soviets sent counter-snipers, artillery strikes, even air raids just to kill one Finnish farmer. They were terrified of a ghost they couldn't catch. Did you know there were women whose bones literally glowed in the dark from radiation poisoning? In the 1920s, young women painted watch dials with radium paint at factories across America. Their bosses told them the paint was harmless, safe enough to lick their brushes to make fine points. So they did. Every day, thousands of times. The radium was eating them alive from the inside. Their jaws crumbled. Their bones snapped like twigs. Some girls' bodies glowed green in their coffins. When they tried to sue, the companies covered it up for decades. Their deaths exposed one of America's deadliest corporate conspiracies. Did you know one man turned terrorism into a 20-year game of hide-and-seek with the world's best spies? His name was Carlos the Jackal. Real name, Ilich Ramirez Sanchez. For 2 decades, he was the ghost that haunted Europe and the Middle East. Bombings in Paris, kidnappings in Vienna, assassinations across 3 continents. Intelligence agencies from 6 countries hunted him. He slipped through their fingers every time. Carlos didn't just kill for money or ideology, he killed for the thrill of staying one step ahead. The ultimate predator who made the Cold War his personal playground. Until 1994, when the game finally ended. Did you know there's a lake in Russia where 1 hour on the shore would kill you? Lake Karachay looks like any ordinary lake. But for decades, the Soviet Union dumped nuclear waste directly into its waters. The radiation levels are so extreme that standing near the edge for just 60 minutes delivers a lethal dose. Your cells would start dying immediately. The lake is basically an open-air nuclear reactor. Yet there are no warning signs, no barriers, no guards. You could walk right up to it and never know you're staring at one of the most contaminated places on Earth. The Soviets never told anyone. Did you know Britain's most trusted family doctor was actually its deadliest serial killer? Harold Shipman seemed like the perfect physician. He made house calls when others wouldn't, stayed late with elderly patients, had the gentlest bedside manner. For decades, families trusted him completely, but Shipman was methodically murdering his patients. He killed at least 218 people, mostly elderly women with lethal injections of dimorphine. He'd sit with them as they died, then forge medical records to cover his tracks. The medical system never questioned the caring doctor, until one family finally did. Did you know that 129 elite British naval officers resorted to cannibalism in the Arctic? In 1845, Sir John Franklin led 2 ships into the frozen Northwest Passage. They never came back. For years, the Royal Navy insisted their men died as heroes. Then the Inuit started talking. They described finding camps with human bones cracked open for marrow, skulls with knife marks, bodies with flesh carved away. When archaeologists finally reached the sites, they confirmed the horror. Cut marks on arm bones, teeth marks on ribs. The Arctic had turned Britain's finest into something unthinkable. Did you know a single sphere of plutonium killed 2 scientists in separate accidents? Meet the Demon Core. 6 pounds of plutonium that sat in a Los Alamos lab in 1945. Scientists would bring 2 halves of beryllium close to the core, creating a nuclear reaction. One slip and you're dead. Harry Daghlian dropped a brick onto it. 25 days later, he was gone. Louis Slotin used a screwdriver to keep the halves apart. The screwdriver slipped. He threw himself over the core to save his colleagues. 9 days later, Slotin died in agony. The same plutonium, 2 deaths, pure atomic terror. Did you know a religious cult once launched a chemical weapons attack on a city's subway system during rush hour? March 20th, 1995. Tokyo. Millions of people heading to work. At exactly 8 a.m., members of Aum Shinrikyo punctured plastic bags filled with sarin nerve gas across 5 subway lines simultaneously. Sarin is colorless, odorless, and it kills in minutes. Commuters began convulsing on platforms. 13 people died. Nearly 1,000 were permanently blinded. Over 5,000 were injured. The cult's leader, Shoko Asahara, believed this attack would trigger the apocalypse. He built a doomsday, and he tested it on morning commuters. Did you know a single gram of polonium-210 costs around $130 million? Alexander Litvinenko was a former Russian spy living in London. In November 2006, he met two men at a hotel bar. They slipped something invisible into his tea. Within days, his hair fell out. His organs began to fail. Doctors had no idea what was happening. By the time they figured it out, it was too late. Polonium-210 leaves no smell, no color, no taste. It destroys from the inside. Litvinenko died 23 days later. The poison was traced back to the Kremlin. The weapon was the science, and the science was perfect. Did you know the US government ran a secret experiment on hundreds of black men for 40 years? In 1932, the Public Health Service recruited 399 poor sharecroppers in Alabama. They told them they were being treated for bad blood. Free meals, free checkups, free burial insurance. It was a lie. The men had syphilis, and doctors deliberately let it destroy them. Even after penicillin became the cure in 1947, the men were given nothing. The experiment ran until 1972, when a whistleblower finally leaked it to the press. By then, 28 men had died directly from syphilis, 100 more from complications. Their government had watched every step.